hello, 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 hello. And now, wait, I should have like messaged somebody and told them I was ready, but I didn't. There somebody is. Hello, somebody. And two somebodies. Hi, Lauren. It didn't give me an option to post it in both places. Are you able to share this in the event? I don't know why mine's different. Maybe it's an update or something I don't have done. Yay, hi Megan. Hello from Louisiana. I tried to do this early enough that everybody would be able to join tonight, because I know sometimes I get on kind of late. Ugh, I have my space heater on. I thought I shut it off and I'm flipping hotter than... Okay, thank you. I probably could do it, but with my luck, I'm gonna like totally shut everything down and then we'll have to start over. That would suck. But, I mean, if anything, maybe just make a post in there. Maybe I can make a post in there that just says live in the main group or something if it doesn't work. Let me know if it works, and if not, I'll just go from there. Anyways. All right, well, we're gonna do the whole wait while people hop on, because that's what you do when you start a live. And in the meantime, I will say, hey, I'm Katie, and we are making a gnome tonight from start to finish. And I currently am live. If you see the little red and white square at the top, and thank you, Lauren, awesome. Anyways, if that is there, I am still live. If that is not there, I am not live, and you're talking to yourself. However, you can leave me comments and I will come back and try to answer all of them. There is a lag on my part if you're asking questions. I'm not going to see them right away. Give me a couple minutes. Depending on what kind of an audience we have tonight, I may or may not see all of the comments, questions, etc. I will do my best. And yeah, anyways, so now we wait. Hi, everybody. It's been forever since I've done a live in here, and I got a ring light. Now y'all get to see the annoying little light in my glasses. I wanted to try to, I got a tablet so I can hopefully, when I move my phone so you guys can see a little bit better, hopefully I'll be able to see comments a little bit better. Oh God, I don't like it when people tell me they're watching me on their TV, because that means I'm blown up and you can probably see everything. Heather, that's funny. I do the same things every once in a while. I'll comment on something and I'm like, oh shoot, they're not live anymore. Oh well, so be it. Oh, and of course this is not gonna work. It's a super old tablet that my sister gave me, and it just told me it couldn't play the video because of an unknown error, so that's probably not gonna work. But anyways, aw, thanks Monica. I put on some lip gloss before I got started, so I was a little fancy for y'all. Alright, well that's not gonna work. Bummer deal. I tried. Okay. Let me unplug that and just get it out of my way then. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start chit-chatting, just because we don't want this to be 3 hours long. And if people are hopping in late, they can always watch the replay. Because the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna get out some clay and we're gonna give it a good massage so it's workable. So you can, so this is like my fourth clay cape, clay cup that I have done. Robin, you're so funny. Go watch them, Browns or whoever it was. See, I don't follow sports, so I had no idea I was interrupting something cool tonight. Hi, Jolene. Oh, yay, Ben, that's awesome. I like to see guys doing this because you can be so creative. And more men are starting to do these. I think it's awesome. So, anyways, back to the clay. I'm using bake clay tonight. There's air dry clay and there's bake clay. Air dry clay is just exactly what it says it is. It's going to dry over time, or if you have an epoxy dryer, you can stick it in there, as I did. There's controversy with, you know, it's like anything when it comes to this craft. You just have to find what works for you and what you like best. People say the air dry clay a lot of times will shrink over time, even under epoxy. So I chose to go with the baking clay just because I haven't used it long enough to find that out for myself. So some people say the baked clay cracks on them, and some say the air dry clay cracks on them. I haven't had an issue using either one so far. But anyways, for these, I am using the baking clay because I didn't want to take a chance with the shrinkage. If that really is a thing, for sure, I don't know. So I got this one. Whoa, that's bright. From Hobby Lobby. 40% off. You can use your coupon. And I just picked this one up because I didn't have enough. This one has made 1, 2, 3 gnomes, and there's enough in here to do one more. So a little, what is this, like a pound? Let me look. 12.5 ounces has made 3 gnomes. So I picked up this brand today from Michael's. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try just because I've never tried it and I want to see what the difference is. Hopefully I like it better because I bought more of it. So I hear, oh, sorry, noisy. Let me get this out. Okay, so I hear working with clay, this is already a lot softer than that other stuff I was using. I hear that if it's stiff and hard to work with, you can put it in a bag and stick it in your pocket or something to kind of get it soft with your body temperature. So that's that. So I'm going to take off, there's 4 little lines here. I was trying to keep it clean. Anyways, I have 4 lines of the clay and I'm just going to take, I don't know, about a finger's length and break that off. And then I'm just going to kind of massage it a little bit to get it to work with. And holy crap, this is a huge difference. Is this this is oven bake. I will tell you what, the difference between the Sculpey and this Kato whatever stuff is huge. This stuff was super, oh my God, it hurt my hands to try to get it soft. This is so much squishier. So yeah, so far this wins, like huge. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to make our nose. So this is all going to be preference, just depending on, you know, what you want. Oh, I skipped a step. Booty shot. I am a visual person. I am not very good at freehanding. So I got an expo marker and I like to draw on my gnome. So this guy, I did one where I placed his nose down a little further just because I kind of wanted to see the difference and I did not like it at all. So I really like the nose to be about 1.5 fingers to 2 finger lengths down from the rim. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this one as well. So I'm just going to take my little marker and I'm going to make a dot there and I'm going to turn around so I can see what the heck I'm doing and I'm going to draw me a nose. And I like the nose, you know, I've kind of experimented and done a little plumper nose and a little flatter nose and just to kind of see what I was going to like best. So it's all going to be preference, but I'm going to start with my nose and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to do my my curtain look and I'm going to give myself an outline for my hat. And if you're good at freehanding, go for it. I am not. So for this, let me see if I can kind of move you down here. I'm just going to go, I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to let it fall. So it kind of goes into a natural la, and I can already see that's probably not even. And then I'm just going to kind of do my best. And I like it to go down just very so slightly. Hello, hello, Molly. So we're going to drop it down just a little, so ever so slightly so that it's a little droopy. And same with this side. And then that gives us our guide. I am using Sculpey tonight. Thanks for answering questions, guys. I appreciate that so much more than you could ever imagine, because it's so hard for me to do things and watch comments and keep up if I miss stuff. I hate not answering questions if people have them. That's the whole purpose of a live. Okay, so I'm going to take a baby wipe and I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit because I kind of redid my lines there just so I don't get confused on where I'm going. All right, so that's all the outlining I'm gonna do. And that is so crooked. Oh my gosh. Okay, I definitely can't look at, try that again. Okay, that's better. And once I get the clay on there, I can typically, you know, it's a little easier to guide it. Okay, hey Joel, how are ya? It's been a while. Well, not too long. I guess we just messaged the other day. That's funny. Here I am. I am making a gnome, Danielle. We are making it from start to finish. You will see every single step. I have a couple of cups that I have in process. So from start to finish, we're doing the whole thing to down to the epoxy. So yay. All right. So I'm just taking my chunk of clay and I'm going to, I am using oven baked clay. From what I understand, you can use either, but I hear that the air dry clay can shrink over time and crack and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not a pro. I have no idea. So I'm doing the oven baked clay, which I really like because you don't have to, I mean, it takes like 20 minutes to dry it. You just pop it in your oven and forget about it. So it's kind of nice. Okay, so I'm making my nose first, because I'm going to stick my nose on here and then that's going to help me visualize as I'm draping my thing around. So obviously this is a flippin' huge nose. So I'm going to take a little bit of that out and try again. Jewelry and standalone things. Oh, that's good to know. See, I know nothing about clay. This is like I was saying, this is like my 4th cup I've done with clay, and the first ones I did, I used the air bake. So you're just gonna shape it into a half circle basically, and it doesn't even have to be a half circle because you can cut it off. Even here, let's just do that. Yeah, see, I had no idea what I was doing. I just went to the store. When I bought that clay from Hobby Lobby, the Kato or however you pronounce it clay, that's all they had in the baked clay. I didn't have any other choices. So I'm going to put this on here, and it's not fitting real well. So I'm just going to smash it down a little bit to kind of get, that's how 3D we are. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back off, and I'm going to try to keep my general shape, but I'm gonna shape it a little bit more so it looks a little nicer because that got pretty munged up. And then I'm gonna take, and it's squished, this stuff is so much easier to work with than that other stuff. So I don't think I'm even, but I think it had a little bit too much 3D for my liking. So I'm just gonna trim the back of it with my X-Acto knife. I'm just gonna cut a chunk off the back to make it a little bit smaller without having to completely redo the whole thing. The only plus and minus I see about using this clay with that other clay is this is gonna, that other clay was so much firmer, it really held shape well, and I was able to really manipulate things without ruining my, whatchamacallit, so long. Okay, anyways. That didn't make much sense, but y'all follow me, right? Okay, so we have our nose. I barely pushed it on there. So I'm just, right now, I'm just going to use that as my guide, and I'm going to take this. Oh, wow. Huh? I can't even imagine. Yes, steal some of that clay. Hey, they always steal stuff from us, right? I wish I'm going to post this on my YouTube once I'm done, so I can't say too much, but I'm making a gnome cup for my sister, and she wanted to have some woodland animals come through the peeking out of his hat. So I have a plan for that, and I'm really pretty excited. I wish I could do them all out of clay because I think that would be super cute, but I am not that talented at painting, and I am not talented at sculpting. So we're just giving this a nice roll down, roll out, whatever you want to call it, trying to keep it fairly even so I don't have a huge roll out on one side of my head and not the other. All right, so you're just gonna have to kind of eyeball it to see where it looks good. You're totally crooked. Okay, so I'm gonna start here, and I'm just gonna kind of drape it, and then I'm just getting an eyeball to see if I need to make this. Okay, I've got to make it a little bit longer because I'm not going all the way around. Okay, that should be a long enough snake. Just check my measurements here. It's definitely going to be long enough this time. And we're going to follow our line. And then in the back, where it overlaps, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut it right down the middle so that they kind of meet. And then we'll pinch them together so it meets. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to work on shaping my rim. So I'm going to try to do it. I'll kind of do it this way. It's upside down for you guys, but I tried to do this so many different ways tonight so that it would look good for you and I could see what I was doing. I should have maybe done it sideways, but I don't know. It is what it is now. Here, maybe I can try this. Okay. And I still have more than I need because I don't want it to droop too much in the back. So I'm going to take that and just pinch it off. And then we'll fix that again. Okay, I'm just moving it to where I like it to look. Okay, so back here, we're gonna wanna fix this. Now, we're gonna cover all of this up with glitter, but you'll still be able to see some. So I recommend, you know, doing the best you can to keep your clay smoothed out. Okay, now that we have our basic look of our hat and our nose, I'm gonna get this nose out of my way just because I don't wanna ruin my shape of my nose. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the top of our clay and we're gonna kind of follow it and we're gonna pull it up onto our cup. And we're gonna do that all the way around because that's going to get our clay to stick. And if you move off your line, like me, I've, you know, kind of free-handed it, so it's not that big of a deal. But we're gonna have to go back in and, girls, shh. We're just gonna pull it up all the way around. Kind of makes ourselves a seal between the cup and the hat. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even tell you how much this is better to work with. I had no idea that other stuff is just for jewelry and whatnot. Well, maybe not just for. I mean, it worked, it did its job, but it was definitely a heck of a lot harder to work with. Like, my hands hurt doing this, and I thought I was gonna rip open my skin. Oh no, you can't mess it up big time, no way. It's totally... And if you do mess it up, I mean, you just start over. All right. So now I would suggest kind of going back through and kind of making your, where you pulled it from, more round because you're going to have some lip in there. So you're going to have some lip on your rim. And you just do that all the way around. So I'm not going to do too much nitpicking on this because for just time's sake, you got the general idea. Now on one of them I went through the bottom too and did the same thing because I was worried about my epoxy getting up in there and causing me bubbles. I didn't really like it. So I just kind of, I don't know. I'm just going to roll with it and we'll see what happens. But I like the look of it better without pulling it underneath, even though, you know, yeah. Okay, anyways, let's stick our nose back on. Kind of give him a little firm little push. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that same process to the bottom of his nose, just to make sure that we have a nice good seal. And push him on there, you know, like so. Now, if you're really talented, you can do the whole mouth and stuff. I'm going to do one that's a girl. I don't know. I have a few that I do put the whole cup in the oven. I'll talk about that here in just a few minutes once our clay is all on. So now I prefer to do my beard in 3D. I've seen some people just do vinyl or whatever. I really like the look of the beard. So I'm not very artistic. I'm not very good at drawing. So I did it what I think is an easy way. So just going to get a ball of clay and we're going to kind of push it out so that it's bigger at the top than it is at the bottom. Oh, by the way, I'm using a 25-ounce stemless wine glass, football, whatever you want to call it, tumbler. I did sand my cup and washed my cup before I began. Absolutely, I always do. Should have said that. Thank you. All of this is going to get covered up with glitter and glue and paint and stuff. So, okay. So here we have just this big blue. And now I'm going to lay it. Oh, that was pretty good sizing, guess. And I'm just going to lay this right up here. And I'm going to tuck it in. Oh, there goes my, shoot, hold on. My extension cord is falling along with my light I have it plugged into. Okay, so just pushing this on here and I'm going to kind of shape it up around its nose. And then I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to just kind of cut it to what I'm just eyeballing it. And then same here, I'm just going to cut it so it kind of fits right underneath that hat. And it doesn't have to look pretty because that's the beautiful thing about this is you can just push it and shove it and pinch it in there. So that's what we're doing here, just pinching it, getting it up in those little cracks and whatnot, and we'll go back in and fix that a little bit better. We're just getting this flat on here. Am I completely crooked? Oh, not too bad. Let me move, I'm just pushing this over a little bit more to the right because my left side is a little bit wider than my right side. So I just kind of want to even that out. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now, because I am not very artistic, I do it kind of a cheater way. So, thanks for answering questions, guys. I so appreciate it. Okay, so I gotta do this kind of angled this way. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna angle my X-Acto knife just so I kind of go the way a beard would go. And I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of cut marks. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this other side and I just go all the way around. Okay, so we have that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep doing that through here, just a whole bunch. And I'll just around the edge for now. Okay. Okay, now that I have a whole bunch of these cuts, and I'm cutting all the way down to my cup. I'm really kind of slicing it through there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to slightly hold this at another angle so that it will cut out some of these lines. I'm going to have to look at this, so it's going to be kind of hard for you guys to see because otherwise I'll completely butcher it. So I'm just kind of skipping down a little bit. And then let me see. And then I'm going to try, that's not working very well on that side. I have to do it a little bit more. And what this is just taking out chunks of the beard so that it's got more of a rough look to it. Get this side just a little bit more. It's hard to do in an angle like that so you guys could see and I could still work. Okay, so for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I just liked how it gives me the rough edges along the sides. So I'm just gonna push that down ever so slightly so I don't ruin it too much. And then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife again. I'm gonna start kind of in the center and just draw a super light line so I have a guide right down the middle. And then I'm just gonna bang this knife on here. And I'm just gonna keep going. And so it causes just a bunch of lines in there. And you keep doing that until you're happy and you know it and you do whatever you do when you're happy. And if you keep going back over it and over it and over it and over it, it doesn't matter because it just makes it look, I don't know, I just like it. So, but for the sake of time, and y'all don't want to watch me do this forever, so that's what we kind of have going on. Okay, all right, so now that this part is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the heart and the hands like I did on, on this one, just so you guys can see how I did it, okay? So we'll do that real quick. So for the heart, what I did was I just took a chunk of clay. Do you guys see this? Isn't that just a fancy, beautiful bracelet? My daughter Megan made that for me today. She is out in the other room telling me, Mom, are you going to show them? Mom.
I taught her how. I thought this kit was mine.
Slap your gnome, spank your gnome, whatever tickles your fancy. Okay, so once again, because I am not very good at freehand and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to take this flat piece and I'm going to do just like you do with paper. And let me get the scissors. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half. And then I'm just going to cut a heart just like you would out of paper. And hopefully this doesn't stick together too bad and I'm able to unfold it. I don't think that's going to work with this clay. Oh, here it comes, maybe. All right, well, this is not working. So, I think I got it. That was a little more difficult with this clay than it was the other one because this stuff is so much softer. Okay, so just for time's sake, this is my cheesy heart. I would not leave it looking like this. I would work a little more to make that a little bit prettier, but... And then I did mittens because I tried to do hands and they looked like an alien. So what I did, well, if I had cookie cutters, I would. Anyways, so for the mittens, all I did was make a little thing and then I flattened one side of it. So I'm going to put my heart in here. That's a really big heart. I'm going to trim it. Otherwise my hands are not gonna, or my mittens or whatever you want to call them. Ooh, this is one really awful looking heart now.
Mommy,
I really butchered it. What?
are you gonna, like, is this gonna be just like a quick one?
Not really. Okay, so we're putting our heart on here. Okay, now where I want my mittens, I am going to just kind of eyeball it, and then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. See, I just set it there on top. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut a little rectangle out so that the mitten is not sitting on top of his beard. Maybe IOL. And it will be coming out of his beard. So you just push him in there a little bit. Let me get a little tool here. And then you can go back in and make it look, you know, like so. So that's how I did his little hands. I just cut a little hole in the beard, which looks really bad right there. But yeah, I mean, you just have to work with it till it looks right. And then do that. That way it kind of pops out of his beard and holds the heart. And then you would do the same thing on the other side. Just lay it out, pinch one end, and cut out your little piece, and there you go. Hey, 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 Pamela. Okay, so now it's ready to go put in the oven. I don't know if this one's what this one says.
Like all the other bracelets we made.
Okay, those are beautiful, but right now I'm busy. I need you to go do something else.
This
Sarah, did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay,
I would
great.
like this
Goodbye.
one.
Go. Okay. 275, 15 minutes per 1/4 inch of thickness. So yeah, I did 275 for like 20 minutes. So this is the original Sculpey clay. It's my first time using it. I definitely prefer this over the Kato clay. Somebody educated me and said that this was mainly for things like jewelry and whatnot. It is so much harder to work with. So anyways, put it in your oven. Turn your oven on to your temperature you need, push bake, and walk away. Once your oven preheats is when I set my timer for the however long it said, 15 minutes or so. And then once it was done, I just took it out and let it air cool for a few minutes. Don't grab a hold of your cup. It is stainless steel. It will be freaking hot. So yeah. Okay, so now, bam, here's our cup that just came out of the oven. So now what we're going to do is we are going to base paint our cup because we don't want to have to do 50 layers of, do 50 layers of glitter. Where did I do my box? This is the box I got. It's the, it's just white, and I think it was like $18 for this much, or maybe 16, something like that. Not bad. I just got it at my local Michael's. Okay, so here's our new gnome. This one I did so that the rim wasn't such a circle. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to see what they would look like finished with the different ones. So, Nikki, just catch the replay. No worries. I explained it all pretty well. If not, scroll through the comments and I'm sure a question has been asked. Okay, so now we're ready to paint our gnome. Your base paint color is going to totally depend on what color you're using. Tonight, I am going to use Northern Peacock for my body. And I didn't do the heart and hands on this one. I just decided to stick with the basic one. And I'm going to do teal deal for my hat because I love teal. So I think it would be really pretty. So I'm going to take some black and white. Now, I'm only using the white as a base color because using this, I'm going to just use this for my color. Using that, you're going to have to do like 3 coats, and that's kind of annoying to me. I'm not very patient. So I'm just going to base coat it in some chalk paint because it dries so quickly. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go ahead and paint our base coat in our white chalk paint. Or you know what, you could just even spray paint it if you wanted to tape off the bottom, or I mean, whatever the heck you want. There's no rules in creativity. And I have noticed painting the clay with acrylic paint, it likes to repel the paint. So I don't know why it does that. So it took me a few coats just using the acrylic paint. So I'm hoping doing this with some chalk paint is really gonna help me out with that. So just give this a good coverage. Get the bottom of the rim, the top. Okay, oh, and we'll do the nose too, because my nose is gonna be a really light color as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave my beard unpainted at the moment because I'm pretty sure, well, no I'm not, I'm gonna paint it. I don't think I painted my example one after my paint layer. And it doesn't have to be pretty because we're gonna go in there and we're gonna cover that up, our bottom layer, with our black. So no worries. It can be kind of a sloppy paint job. Okay, so there, that's painted white. And now I'm going to go in with my black. These brushes are awesome. Walmart 2-pack, $5. I think they're the Folk Art brand. They're really good for glue because they don't leave a ton of streaks. You really get my, whoa. I don't know if you guys could see that or not, but I was totally tipping my paint to try to get it, you know, to see how far I had to dump it. A big old clop fell out and I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna have a big old mess. But it landed right in my lid. Pretty thrilled about that right about now. Okay, so now we're going to just paint the bottom. And I'm gonna go right up into the brim of my hat, not covering the brim, but right up against it so I don't have any of the hat that will be on my body. Don't forget your butt. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a small brush and we're gonna get in there. Hi, Diana. We're gonna get in the small cracks for our beard. Let me find a paintbrush that's not completely destroyed. Okay, so just a fine tip, well, kind of fine tip paintbrush. I might have to get a little bit smaller. And I'm just gonna go in between each crack. I just kind of shove it in there. Just like so, just shove it up in there. Your brushes will kind of naturally do it, and if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't need to be. You can always touch it up if something just, if you're just like, oh my God, what? You can touch it up with some white after you're all glittered and said and done. But I like my beards to look a little sloppy, just cause.
Mommy,
what?
look at the keychain I made.
Cool. Yeah, $2.75 for about 20, let me see, did I do 20 or 25 minutes? I think I did 25 minutes because I was busy doing other crap and my timer went off and I didn't get in there for another 5 minutes and it didn't ruin it, so. It tells you on the package. I think the biggest thing is putting it in your oven when it's cold, turning it on to your desired temperature, and have your cup in there while it's preheating. Now, if you paint, you know, if you spray paint, like a lot of times I prep a lot of my cups all at the same time. Even before I know what I'm doing with them, I just sand them all and prep them all white. Putting that in your oven probably isn't the best idea because it's going to smell, but this I don't think is like putting off dangerous fumes. And maybe I'm totally wrong, and if I am, somebody please tell me. But I think there's minimal smell, and so I think it's pretty all right. Okay. So there's our black and our white. So we're gonna need to we need a little pink nose, or whatever color you want to do. Nobody says it has to be pink. You can have a brown one if you prefer. Anybody have somebody at work they don't like and need to make them a cup? Make them a cup with make them a gnome cup with a brown nose. If they're one of those people. I'd probably do something petty like that. I'd be like, look, I made this gift for you. Okay, so I just have some acrylic pink, and we're just gonna go in here and paint our nose. And this is just, the reason we're painting it is because, I mean, I guess you don't have to glitter it. You could just paint your gnome with no glitter. But for the best glitter coverage, I try to paint my base color to match my glitter so that I use less glitter. I can use one coat versus something that would have, you know, potentially taken 2 or 3 coats. Okay, so my little skin color nose, pink nose. And then I must have decided I was doing purple on my next one. Oh, I know what I'm going to do on my next one. This one is going to be a dark purple. I'm going to do it gypsy grape on the bottom, and then I'm going to do a light purple for the hat. I thought it would be pretty. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do our hat again. Let me grab a little cup here for my paint. Make it a little easier on me. And it doesn't help. My paints are not. Oops. So with your hat, you want to go all the way. Man, my hand is not very steady. All the way to where it meets the black, so that the rim of your hat is all the same color. But just don't do it really sloppy like that. The purple I'm going to use is a really dark purple anyways, but yes, it will make it darker. If you have a medium color of purple or whatever, it will make your glitter a little bit darker. And if it, you know, if you screw it up and get like black in it, because my black is still wet, not a big deal. We're covering all this up. So you don't have to be perfect at it. It's just to kind of help. So we're just going to keep doing that all the way around. Yeah, you can have one color of glitter and put it on a white base, a black base, a silver base, and, you know, something else, and they look completely different. It's quite amazing. I love playing with one glitter with different bases because it just really has a different outcome. Okay, so we got the bottom of that done. Now we're going to go ahead and do the top. And this is still wet in some spots. I was hoping that chalk paint would dry a little faster, but that's all right. It should be fine. Whoa, dude. I think I dipped into my black. What do you think? Let me wipe that off. I don't think I want that big of a mistake on there. We'll say whoops. I'm just gonna do this. Yes, this one has been baked. I did several cups tonight so that I had one of each stage to go through from start to finish with you guys. So, so this one was already baked, and the one we just did is still sitting right here. Because I wanted to do it start to finish. And I have a feeling these are going to go ahead and sell okay for me, because I posted one and I have several interested, because I just do ready to ship. I don't do custom orders anymore. So when I do these kinds of things, I get a little nervous doing so many at once, because, you know, if they don't sell, I'm a hobby crafter. You know, if I don't sell them, then I kind of, it hurts my pocket a lot. Okay, so there we have it. So now we will let this dry. And then once it's dry, we will move on to our glue and glitter process. Oh, hey, look, it's dry. Oh my God, it changed color. So we're doing Northern Peacock and Teal Deal. Teal Deal will be the top. I used kind of a bluish colored base because that's what I had. And the Northern Peacock is not this color when it comes out of the bottle. These are 25 ounce.
My other the same.
I will 35, 40. I will list them for $55 with free shipping. I think maybe $60 with free shipping, just because they are the 3D. You know, they're a little more special than your typical cup. I haven't completely 100% decided, but between $50 and $60 with free shipping. Oh my gosh, I have more cups on the way because I knew I would sell several. So I'm going to make some more after these are done. I think I'll do some cancer awareness ones. I had a request for one. I take requests, and if I make it and I put it up for sale, I say, hey, I made this. Do you want it? And if they say yes, they have it. And if not, I just post it for sale. But she wanted a cancer ribbon with him holding on to it. I thought that was a really cute idea. So I'm going to go ahead and make that one, and I'll message her when it's done, and I'll be like, hey, I liked your idea. I ran with it. Here it is. And who do you ship through? I just go through USPS. I do the priority. I always ship priority. And most of the time, pirate ship is typically the cheapest to ship. But I just go through PayPal just because their address is already in there, and it just comes right out of my account, and it's just easy for me to do that. Okay, for my adhesive, I get my cups through raw tumblers typically. I also go through Hog once in a while, and I also use Maker Flow Crafts. So I kind of have 3 different places that I go through. I watch for sales and that kind of thing because, like I said, I'm a hobby crafter, and this is an expensive hobby, so. Okay, what am I doing? Glue. Where's my glue? Here it is. Okay, so I have this little container of Tack It Over and Over mixed with 50% water. This is my preferred adhesive for everything I do. If I need like Mod Podge type of adhesive, this is what I use. I like it because I don't have to hurry. I can paint my entire freaking gnome if I want to and go back and glitter it. I don't have to hurry. I don't get dry spots, yada, yada, yada. So there's my little spiel on why I like that. So I always start with my darkest color first, because if you start with your lighter color and then you do your black and you bang it off, you're gonna get dark colors in your light. So I always start with my dark color first. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our Northern Peacock, and let's go ahead and glue her. I always stir it because I do mix it with water. I just like to make sure I get it, that it's all nice and stirred. Metal stir sticks, Amazon, awesome. It's 7:20. You guys have 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with my... Let me find a brush here. I'm going to start with getting into my little cracks for my beard. And this works a lot like Mod Podge does. You will be able to see streaks. So if I went up on my beard a little bit, because I was being sloppy with my paint, I try to make sure that everywhere I have black, I have glue. So this is, you know, you want to take a little bit more time doing this than you do just slapping on your paint. You want to kind of make sure you get all that black covered up. And then these big clops, I just kind of push them down so I don't get... What?
Can I microwave my noodles?
I don't care. We're just going to do that all the way around. And I will likely probably go in and do some touch-ups with this just because this one will be for sale and I don't want to give away or sell a crappy product. So, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to kind of rush through it a little bit and I'll just go through and touch up later. And because the tack, it stays tacky, I am able to go and do all of this and not worry about it drying. I don't have to hurry because it'll still be fine. For my adhesive, it's a 50-50 mixture. I don't remember if I say that. So when I use it for adhesive, I use it 50 water, 50 glue. When I use it for the tack it method, which is where I first started using tack it, I like to do like a 60-40 is kind of my happy space. You know, I don't, with paint I'm okay. When I epoxy, oh my gosh, I make such a mess. Okay, so I'm just kind of going up here underneath my rim, trying to get it all the way up, but not get glue on the hat itself. Usually they're sitting in front of the TV when I'm doing this if they're awake, because my husband goes to bed so early. He's been, you know, asleep for probably 2 hours now. They usually have to be super duper quiet, but they went shopping with Christmas money today. So they've been out there making bracelets and whatnot. They had no interest in watching TV today. So I'm just kind of going through and I'm doing my whole cup in my glue now. And if it dries and you see it, you'll see it dry because it turns clear and shiny. It doesn't, it's okay because it will stay tacky even after it looks. So I'm just kind of going through one more time and just kind of getting any big streaks I have and whatnot. Okay, so all of our black is painted. Let me cover up my, oh come on. Cover up my glue so I don't grab a homework paper. Oh look, it's not homework, but I don't want a hole in it. Yeah, that's fine.
Can I get milk?
No.
Okay.
All right, glitter time. This is my favorite part. If you guys have not used this color, wait till you see it. I love it. So I'm just starting at the rim of my hat so I kind of make sure I get in that crease there. And then I'll go through along my beard. And then just dump it on for the rest of the coverage. Oh, I love this color. Oh, it's gorgeous. I think, you know, out of all the glitters, there's some amazing glitters. Angel Wings is my favorite just because of the sentimental part of it. But this is freaking amazing. Look how gorgeous that is. I don't know if it's catching all the colors or not, but oh la la. Okay, so yes, it's gonna be freaking fabulous. So now, just because I don't want, I want as least contamination as possible. So I'm just brushing off some of the loose glitter that's clearly, you know, I don't want to go too far down because I'm going to have to do touch-ups and whatnot. And then we'll give it a good bang. Banging my gnome. The glitter is from the group, the owner that runs this group. It's prettypersonal.com. You can also do cheapglitter.com and it will take you to the same place. This glitter is Northern Peacock. Hopefully it's in stock because y'all better go grab some. Did I miss Lauren say it wasn't in stock? Oh, yay! Yes, this color, Northern Peacock. It's prettypersonal.com, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not putting my kudos link tagged at the bottom. But anyways, yeah. Northern Peacock. It looks like this in the bottle, but looks like that on a cup. It is freaking amazing. So you may have to check back because they're not labeled yet, but she has it and she'll get it posted as soon as she can. Because if you've bought from her before, you know she's freaking on top of shit and gets it done. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next darker color, which is the teal deal. Beautiful color. And we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start under the rim and under my nose, and then I'm gonna go all along that, and then we'll slap the rest of it on. Okay. So starting under my rim. I can't believe I have kept this as rated PG as I had, because I was planning when I was thinking about the steps I was doing and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Man, my mind was just so in the gutter. I was like, how am I going to do this and talk about gnomes and rim jobs? You know, people are saying if you do these in pinks colors, they look a lot like something else. And, you know, they're kind of right. So I thought, well, maybe if I make the rim of the hat not quite so pronounced, like this one is a lot rounded and whatnot than these are. These are a little flatter, but I really think I'm gonna like the bigger brim on the hat better. I don't know, we'll see once it's done. It's hard to tell. Sometimes you think it's gonna look one way and then when it's done it looks another, so we'll just see how it goes. I didn't know what colors I was gonna use up until about 45 minutes before the live was gonna start. I painted my cup and stuck it in the dryer so it would be dry because I just couldn't decide. I have two blue ones to do. So, but I wanted to do something just a little bit different because I want to take, you know, I want to take a little more time on those than I am with this. So one's for another cup maker and one's for my sister. Not that everybody doesn't deserve a good cup, but the pressure's always on when you make for another cup maker. All right, I need to have a little bit of pooling glue right here, and I don't want. Okay. All right, we're almost done with this boring, and then we'll get to see some more glitter fall. That's always so much better. Thanks for answering questions again, guys. I really, really appreciate that, because it's super annoying to need to know something when you're watching a live and the person never saying your comments. But honestly, if you don't do lives, it's really hard to catch them all, because you got to look at what you're doing, and I need to have somebody come do them with me that can help me with comments while I'm crafting. My kids are old enough to read, but I don't know if I'm rated PG enough for them to be in here the whole time. I mean, they're my kids. They're used to hearing it, but I'm sure I would be judged big time by people who don't, really know me. Okay, so now we just slop it on the rest. No rhyme or reason, just get her glued. Now this next color is the teal deal. It's in the basics section of It's Pretty Personal, of course. Oh, look at that. I just got glitter on my glue cup. Damn it. Never fails. At least it didn't go inside. And hopefully I didn't ruin the spot that I bumped. It looks all right. Okay. Bang off my paper one more time and get this stuff on here. So I'm going to start with the underneath of my rim again. How I clean my brushes, I have a cup with some soapy water in it that I just dip them into, and then when I run out of brushes, I go wash them. But I do have soap in my water, so that makes a big difference. But I keep that on my desk, and I try to, if I know I'm not going to be in my office for a little while, like a week or something, if something's going on or whatever, I try to make sure to remember to wash them, because when that water evaporates and you still have brushes in there that are yucky and gunky, your water gets really bad, and sometimes you just end up throwing them away instead of trying to wash. I used to go through a lot of brushes because I was just putting them in water, and the tack, it would ruin my brushes. I couldn't get them clean. But then Jessie, she used to be a moderator in this group. She told me, she was like, Katie, stop it. Just put some soap in there. And what do you know? Some soap did the trick. All right, now let's go ahead and get the top. We're pretty much going right back down over our black a little bit, but it being a darker color, it'll be okay. We can brush some of it off. And the Northern Peacock is a bigger cut of glitter than this teal deal is. Now on the green one I showed you, the one that's already finished except for epoxy, I did 2 coats of glitter on his hat because, and I don't know if I will on this one or not. Okay, let me brush this off. Yeah, it came off of that Northern Peacock pretty good. And if it didn't, it blended right in. So, okay, here's what we have. So you can kind of see where there's imperfections in the hat. So I'll probably do another layer of glitter on that just so that he doesn't show the imperfections, because I want him to be a little bit smoother, and the glitter will hide a lot of that. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and do our little, and you can glitter you know what, let's glitter his beard on this one too. Because, I mean, the rest is glitter, why not his beard too? So I'm going to do the pink. I didn't get out a pink glitter, but I did find that I really like the ballerina slipper for the nose. I really liked this color. So we're going to do ballerina slipper for the nose.
That's pretty.
Thank you.
I was talking about the glitter.
Oh.
But that's pretty too.
Okay.
Are you bringing that in here? So I can't feel my legs.
Hey. Enough.
Come on, Sonny. I can't feel my legs because of Megan. I'll carry you. No. Come here, Whoopies. You stick on the bum foot. Whoopies.
All right. I'm trying to be super careful here. And I have some teal glitter in here, so I'm going to have to, once I'm done with this, I'll go out, I'll seal the living heck out of it with Rust-Oleum 2 times clear. And then I'll just go back in and touch up where I want touched up if I want more color on the hat and whatnot. Give it a good blow job instead of tapping it out. See, look at that color. It is just perfect for a little pudgy nose. I love this color. It was perfect for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and glitter this beard just because I want to. And if y'all are bored, well, you don't have to watch. Okay. Hey girls, Lauren said thank you. Oh, now they're getting my dog all wound up. He's out there with his squeaky football. This is probably going to take away a lot of my detail on my beard. I didn't think about that. Maybe we'll just do kind of a light sprinkle. I think we're going to have to because I'm already getting black up in here. Megan's always asking me, Mom, is Angel Wings viral? Because, you know, they watch their little YouTube videos sometimes, and it's funny. My kids are pretty, I like to think that they're pretty innocent when it comes to, they're 8. So I like to, we don't do much electronics in our house. So when they do get to do them, it's like a huge treat. And we do movies and whatnot, you know, just one a day. But like as far as YouTube goes or any of those kinds of things, we don't really allow it. And so for her to hear her say, "Has it gone viral?" is really quite funny. I'm going to go white platinum with this one. Rainbow platinum's my favorite, but I think with all the different colors I have, I want to keep it a little more basic. And we're just going to do a light because I wanted to try to keep some of the details of the lines. So we'll see how it turns out. Not too bad. Have a little couple pieces of black in there that I'll have to pick out, but that looks pretty. Yay! Okay, so now this is done. So before you do anything else, you're gonna go outside and you're gonna spray the living shit out of this with something like this, some kind of clear sealer, so that your glitters don't move when you put on your epoxy. Okay, so after this step, you're ready for epoxy. So let's epoxy. I am using Tumbler Epoxy tonight. I love my little ketchup bottles. I think they are awesome for epoxy because I'm able to get, you know, I'm able to control the measurements and whatnot really easily. Yes, it will be saved to the group and available where the lives are located, or you can search my name and Gnome and it should pull them up. And it will also be posted on my YouTube, and if you just look at my personal profile, you'll find it. Or if you just search my name in here, you'll find it. Okay, I'm getting all these in my water here real quick. And I use these measuring cups from, damn it, Allegro Medical. I watch for their free shipping and order them from there. I get a ton of them at once for pretty much next to nothing. And this turner I got from Amazon. Oh my gosh, that's gonna try to fall. Sorry if I'm being all noisy. Oh, it's getting thirsty. My extension cord wasn't wanting to reach. We might have to move just a little bit. We'll see. We'll put her on there and see where we're at. Okay, so this is a 25-ounce cup, and I should have sealed this one more time. This one I used his black and Limelight 2.0, ballerina slipper, and what's this pink? Tart Pink Lemonade is what the colors I used on here. I've touched this cup a lot and stuff, so really I should seal it again before I epoxy, but I'm not going to because I don't try not to use sprays at night because it bothers my husband's sniffer. Probably about depending on how heavy of a coat you do, I would probably wait at least an hour and a half if you're doing a really heavy coat. Oh, thanks, Julie. This one, no. So in, I crumpled up my pieces. I just went ahead and in the beginning of the video, if you weren't here, I showed you how I apply the heart and then I added the little mittens and I baked them all on at the same time. You could shape your heart on here if you wanted to add it and then glue it on. You could totally do that. But I baked it on with the other stuff, so I didn't, it's all one piece basically. All right, so this is 25-ounce cup, and normally I would probably do 30 milliliters for this, but because I do have so much going on and my glitter is sealed, but it's not, I don't know, I'm just making more than enough because I'm gonna be super pissed if I'm live and I don't have enough, so yeah. So that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna do 20 milliliters of each. That's gonna give me 40. That should be plenty. My office is probably about, it's a little warmer in here tonight than normal. It's probably about 71, 72. So when my office is this warm, I do not bother warming my part A. When my office is cooler, which is a lot, I will warm my part A just a little bit because it is super thick when, sorry, I got this stupid look going on, but I'm trying to measure and I'm freaking blind. So, yeah. Anyways, okay, so got our part A and part B, and what did I do? Not get a mixing cup? Of course not. Okay, I did forget one thing. Look at that. I was all organized and stuff and forgot one little thing. Well, two things. I gotta get my glove. Okay, I got my gloves and got my thing. Use a metal stir stick to stir. And the way I like to do mine is I like to pour my B in first. Try to make sure you get all of it. And then our A. I can't wait to see this under epoxy. I have been dying. It's been, because I had to wait for a couple more cups to come in so I could do every stage for you guys. And oh, it's been so hard not to just put epoxy on that baby. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't have a problem, like, just, you know, when I'm in here by myself, I just hold it to where it's comfortable for me, but doing it on a live, I don't want to be like, you know. They are hard to see, though. but I like the price. The price is right. So we're going to mix our epoxy for about 3 minutes. That's what we're supposed to mix it for. When I mix, I don't ever time myself. I just look for the clarity. When I don't have that stringy look and it's nice and clear, then it's done. I like to scrape my edges, scrape the bottom. I go back and forth and in circles, just kind of whatever works for you. Have I mentioned I'm excited to see this under epoxy? You know, I have never been a fan of the 3 cups before. I think that's the ones I have. Yeah, the numbers are on the outside of these. They're not too bad to read. They're okay. I did buy some from there that on the inside of the cup there's the like little lines, so I can't just stir. These other ones, there's no lines on the inside. On the bottom, so it makes it a lot easier to stir. I'm not a huge fan of the other ones. My kids are quiet. I wonder what they're doing. Oh, I hear them. Okay. Yeah, I like them too. I like to use silicone stir sticks as well, but I'm really bad about doing a good job cleaning them, so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Those had to have been the cheaper ones. I'm going to tilt you up so I can read you a little bit better. Y'all can stare at my eyes instead of my double chin for a minute while we finish mixing. Okay, looks pretty good to me. And you should always wear PPE when you're doing it. That's just safety. If you don't, whatever, it's your life. If you do, awesome. Good for you, because that's what you should do. I tried to wear my mask for live, but I have major issues and I can't. It's hard for me to wear it regularly, but wearing it and speaking, I just feel too claustrophobic and it gives me a panic attack. So nobody wants to see that. So I don't wear it for my lives. Sorry. Okay, let's epoxy this. I'm so excited. Acrylic ones, are those the ones that kind of like have a spoon shape at the end? I almost ordered like hundreds of those from Amazon, but I just didn't because my husband just spent too much money, so now I'm like not spending money to make up for his spending money. Okay, got my turner going. Here we go. So excited. Let's see, where should we start? Should we just start down here with the black? And I'm just gonna I'm gonna do this a little carefully because it's been, I think we're okay. But I made this a week ago, and I haven't sealed it since the first time I sealed it, and I didn't really double check. So I'm just gonna be a little strategic in my epoxy here. And this turner is really frustrating to use when I'm not in my regular space because it's very light and it likes to move. Oh, I'm getting some of my green down there. Damn it, I knew that was gonna happen. Should have sealed it again. And I knew it and I just didn't do it. So I'm not gonna go way up underneath my hat. I'm gonna get a silicone stir stick to get up under there. Okay, I'm gonna try to do just a bead around the top so I don't get green. I have a feeling I didn't seal it very well under there. But if I'm careful enough, we can make it work. Get around my beard. Like the way I'm epoxying this doesn't make a lot of sense, guys. I'm just doing what's working with what I've got going on. Oh my gosh, you can really see where I need to do some touch up with the black around my beard. I couldn't see it before I put epoxy on it, and now it's like, bam, guess what, bitch? You messed up. Oh, sorry. I think just a little black touch-up paint will be fine, though. I don't think I'm going to have to re-glitter it. All right. Yeah, that's what I did with my ketchup too. Well, I'm good. Renee, that makes me happy. I love doing them. I'm looking forward to doing more. I just kind of, I don't know. You know, everybody gets a little busier at Christmas and all that stuff from holiday orders and gifts, and because even though I just typically do ready to ship stuff, I'll still make for, you know, good friends and family and whatnot. So they keep me pretty busy at the holidays. They actually keep me fairly decent all the time, where I never have to feel rushed or anything, but can still get things done. Oh, missed a spot. I felt him all dry. He's dry around the rim. Y'all hear my turner bouncing? Missed that spot too. All right, we're just about there. Make sure I got it all the way to the top. Okay. So that's it. He's epoxied. Now we are all done. What did I miss? Can you repeat everything? Sure can. I said, hey, kiss my ass, I win. That was everything. Yay. I probably won't after this. No, I sealed this glitter so well. Well, I thought I did. I apparently missed a spot. But the glitter sealed pretty well. I'm going to get really good coverage with just this first layer. And then I'll do another layer of epoxy, and then it will probably be fine. I don't think I'll have to do any sanding, but I will epoxy it within 24 hours. Probably tomorrow morning I'll do another layer of epoxy so that it's not sitting. If I don't and I let it sit for more than 24 hours, I will do a light sanding just to give my new layer of epoxy something to really bond onto. He was asking for that, wasn't he? So yeah, I hope that answered the epoxy question. This will definitely take, and I missed a spot on my little glove. It'll take another coat for sure, especially because I'm going to do a little touch up around my beard area where my glitter, I can see some silver where I didn't, where the, yeah, I don't know, it's still silver. I'm pretty, oh my God, I forgot my nose. What the hell? I think I still have some epoxy in this cup. Let's try. Rick distracted me, damn it. Okay. Can't believe I forgot that little pudgy, cute little nose. Really excited to see it all done and dry. And when you do these with your epoxy, you really want to watch for bubbles up underneath this rim here. Because they will collect and hide under there and collect. You want to make sure you really pay attention to that so you don't have clusters of bubbles. I'm just pushing it up under there to make sure I have nice, good coverage. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, what I'll do next is I will sand my rim. This rim up here at the very top, not this rim. Oh my God, Rick, what did you say? Do I even want to know? I should just skip it. Yes, it will be saved to the page. Oh, yay, Lynette, I'm glad. I can't wait to you to hit it one. Do you hit it with any heat? I will. I'm gonna hit it with heat right now so you can see. Typically with Tumbler Epoxy, I only use my embossing gun, but because of the rim and I do have, the epoxy is pretty thick through there, I'm going to use my torch. And if you're not familiar with Tumbler Epoxy and you're trying it, I suggest not using a torch. I've been using it long enough. I know what I can and can't do because I've messed up plenty. Excuse me. I know, you don't even have to do anything or say anything, Rick, and all these women are jumping down your throat. So let me grab my torch real quick, and I will show you how I use it using Tumbler Epoxy. It's on the other side of my closet here, and I'm not set up normal because I can't do lives with my normal setup. Oh, now I gotta, my space heater's in the way. Okay. Okay, so here's my torch. And like I said, if you're a regular Tumbler Epoxy user or just trying it, please just use an embossing gun. Don't go torch. So, but if you do torch, because of this rim here, I can see there's going to be some deep bubbles, and I think this is going to, but I'm going to do it super duper fast, okay? So with my torch, I just push it and there's a button here that holds it on. And I'm just gonna go super fast. Any longer than this with this epoxy and you're gonna give yourself a ton of fisheye. Okay, now I'm gonna let this spin for probably 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check, and I might possibly hit it again with my torch. So yeah, I do. And I also have a fire extinguisher in my office because my husband doesn't trust me with that big old torch. So, but anyways, okay, so we went from this, clay, paint, glitter, and epoxy. So there we have it. That's it. That's how you make the gnome tumblers. Well, that's how I make them. I'm looking forward to trying some different things. I'm going to make one that's a girl, and I'm making one for my sister. I told you I had a little idea worked up for that, so I'll post that one. That'll be fun. As long as your epoxy is still really wet, you're probably not going to set it on fire, but if it's been spinning for about 2 hours and you kind of don't pay attention and you go and use your torch, it will set it on fire. I know from experience. Okay, so it kind of depends on if I'm going to sand or not sand. I'm probably not going to sand this because I just don't think I'm going to need it. I've sealed it really, really well for the most part. I thought I did. So my epoxy is laying pretty flat over my glitter because the sealer filled in all the stuff that the epoxy usually soaks in. So this is going to be fairly smooth. So I will sand the rim of my cup up here, and other than that, I'm probably not going to sand anything, and I'll just do another layer of epoxy before the 24 hours. If I wait longer than 24 hours for some reason, I will end up doing a light wet sanding just to give my epoxy something to adhere to. Heather, do you have pink drink? Oh, wow, that's interesting. I wonder how long it takes to air dry. I'm not patient. If it takes a long time, that's what I really liked about this. This was my glue. I don't have to wait for it to dry. And it, you know, everything I do is I'm able to bam, 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 and I'm done. And I have the epoxy dryer so I can dry my paint really fast. And so, yeah, I'm one of those people. Some of this stuff that people do that take a lot of steps and each step takes a lot of time, I don't typically enjoy those much. So anywho, all right guys, well, I'm going to, what's with a knife? Oh, I folded my clay in half and I just cut it like you do out of paper with scissors, and then I unfolded it and bam, that was it. Rick with a knife. My ex-husband would probably tell you that. It is tack it over and over. Now it's Aleene's. Now there is a tacky glue. This is not the same thing. You want the tack it over and over in the green and white. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I have no idea, Jenny. I don't have an answer for that. I've never used it. So for my adhesive for my glitter, I use tack it over and over mixed with 50% water, like I would Mod Podge. Oh, how fun. Now, if you guys go and make these ones, even if you've already made one, I want to see gnomes. I'll make a post after this one's dry. Or maybe I'll epoxy that. I'll seal that one and epoxy it tomorrow. And then, is the clay edible in case? Rick, it is. Go ahead and eat a whole bunch and let me know if it's really delicious. There's not clay all the way to the rim anyways. Okay, guys. Well, I'm all done. I'm going to go put my kids in bed and do some other things that I have to do instead of wanting to do. So, but anyways, it was fun hanging out with you. I missed you guys, and this will be saved and yada yada. So have a good night.